I think the Suns might be the biggest winners of the first round. The Phoenix Suns shocked the world by not just getting Khaman Maluach at 10, but also trading for Mark Williams in a shocking first-round draft. This is amazing news for the Phoenix Suns, and I'll tell you why. It's Erik Ruby here for PHNX Suns Trending Edition Mini-Pod, yet again coming to you from my home studio. Drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are watching on YouTube. If you are listening on audio, 5-star reviews go a long way in helping grow the show, just like the Phoenix Suns grew their center rotation last night with just a shocking back-to-back sequence of moves. You not only get Maluach from Duke, a 7'2" center prospect that has all the potential in the world, but you also trade for Mark Williams. And let me tell you why the Suns might have just had the best first round out of anybody. One of the biggest complaints about the Suns going into next season was the fact that they did not have a starting caliber center. Now, of course, now they have a bunch of centers, including Nick Richards and Oso Ighodaro on the roster, but you trade for Mark Williams, who, yes, has health concerns, but if he's on the court, is a certified starting center in this league. And then you draft Maluach out of Duke, who has all the potential to be the best big man in Phoenix Suns history. And I say that knowing damn well who they drafted number 1 in 2018, but this kid can be different. Now, emphasis on can be. This is a big potential play here at number 10 with Maluach. I would be lying to you if I didn't say that he was not maybe the most raw prospect out of anybody in the top 10, but that makes sense. He started playing basketball just 4 years ago, and he is an absolute stud on the court. Now, the best part about acquiring both of these centers is that it's a double hedging of your bets. Now, I'll be honest to you. If you watched our over 4-hour-long NBA draft live show from the first round, I was shocked when the Suns traded number 29, a future first round pick, and Vasa Micic for Mark Williams, mere seconds basically before Adam Silver walked to the podium and announced Maluach was also going to be a member of the Phoenix Suns via, of course, the Houston Rockets pick at 10. I was like, oh, Maluach can't be the pick then. You just acquired a starting center, and it took me a little bit to kind of come to terms. It was completely shocking, and it all happened at once. The more I think about it, the more I just breathe and go, what's going on here? It's obvious the Suns, and Brian Gregory even admitted this in their post-draft press conference, did not expect Maluach to be there at 10. They expected the Toronto Raptors to draft him at 9. Instead, they went with Colin Murray-Boyles out of South Carolina, right? So when you trade for Mark Williams then, and that deal probably went through a couple minutes earlier than what it was reported, and when it went live, you always take the talent there. And Maluach was a certified top 5 to 7 pick in most people's mind. Now, Mark Williams, a certified starting center, bona fide paint presence beast on both ends of the court, he would absolutely be starting no matter what if both of these guys are on the roster right now, which is kind of tough when you look at a top 10 pick and you say, oh, well, you're most likely going to be a backup big. But the main concern with Mark Williams has been and will always be injuries. If you forgot, the Los Angeles Lakers tried to acquire Mark Williams for a lot bigger of a package, mind you, than what the Phoenix Suns ended up giving up for the Charlotte big man. And they rescinded the trade for what they said was medical purposes. Now, some people are venturing to guess that the Lakers just didn't want to do that trade and felt like they were maybe giving up a little bit too much after thinking about it a little bit. But at the end of the day, that's what the reason was. The medical failed. They rescinded it. He has been absolutely struggling with injuries for a very long time now, and that is really the only concern when it comes to his game, minus 3-point shooting, right? So you hedge your bets there by having another 7'2" behemoth, somebody who's already 250 plus pounds, whose body is NBA ready, even if his skill set technically isn't. So you hedge your bets there. Then you look at Maluach, and as much as I'm high on the kid, not just from a personality perspective, but also from a traits perspective, like I said, 7'2", 7'7" wingspan, 250 plus pounds, absolutely walking into the NBA with a ready frame and build. There are some concerns there, right? Is the jump shot legit? He barely took any threes at Duke, but it looked decent when he was taking them. He shot 12 of 25 from open spot-up threes at the NBA Combine. Again, that's an open gym, just spotting up with no defenders. He shot 12 of 25. Now, his free throw percentage was good, but of course, there are questions about his overall offensive capabilities when it comes to jump shooting. Also, questions about his offensive capabilities when it comes to playmaking and when it comes to creating his own shot. He's a certified stud under the rim, just absolutely dominating around there, shooting shooting an incredibly efficient percentage, is a rim runner galore, is a lob threat galore, has all the energy in the world, but his rebounding does need a little bit of work on both ends of the court, especially his defensive rebounding, and a little bit more nastiness to him. But like I said, he's only been playing basketball for 40 years. And that's why when you get Mark Williams in here, somebody who plays nasty, somebody who's, when he's on the court, he's chasing every rebound, he's blocking shots, he is taking more shots at the rim than almost any center in the league. Like, among centers, he's still in the top percentile of attempts at the rim and putting the pressure there. Plus, there is already a connection between Mark Williams and between Khaman Maluach. Like, they are both Duke alums. Maluach said that he's talked to him before, and I think the mentorship there, even if Mark is not fully healthy all the time, is going to be great for the future of Maluach and the Phoenix Suns, right? You also look at the connection with Devin Booker. Devin Booker was going up to him during the Olympics when Maluach was playing for South Sudan and telling him to keep it going, and he'll see him soon in the NBA. I think the Suns might be the biggest winners of the first round. Obviously, the Dallas Mavericks, you get the number one pick, you're most likely just the biggest winner. You got Cooper Flag, right? I think the Spurs, as much as it pains me to say, I think they had a great draft. Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant, 2 and 14, I think are a very dynamic duo. But beyond that, the Phoenix Suns walked into the first round with people saying, man, they have so many needs. They have a bunch of shooting guards. Who's going to slip to 10? Will they take a Carter Bryant, who's a 6'6" forward? Will they take a Cedric Coward, who's a 6'5" forward, right? Will they take one of these guys that does fill a need for them, but isn't filling the most important need, which is size and length on the center position? You walk away basically trading the 29th pick and the worst pick out of Cleveland, Utah, and Minnesota in 2029, along with a contract in Vasa Micic you would have cut anyway, for your starting caliber center, who's 7 foot plus, 250 pounds plus, and an absolute beast. Put up Shaq numbers against you last season. Obviously, part of that has to go with who the Suns had in their center rotation. Then you get Maluach at 10, who is an absolute steal there. You run to the podium, you select him, high character guy, and you do wonder if those two can play together. I think that's the secret sauce here. And one thing that I brought up on my Twitter is that the Suns also evaluated Ryan Dunn last year, and a lot of people were concerned about Ryan Dunn's jump shot, but they found that it would be not as big of a project as many imagined. And while Ryan Dunn wasn't necessarily Steph Curry last year, he certainly was a better shooter than most people expected, especially off the top of the season when he was given more freedom by Mike Budenholzer before unceremoniously being benched. I think they see the same thing in Maluach's jump shot. I think they think this guy can stretch it out to the 3 eventually, but that's a long-term project. I'm not sure if these two can play together now, but of course Jordan Ott is coming from Cleveland, and Kenny Atkinson, who were playing Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen together. And we talk about some of the concerns with the Jalen Green, Devin Booker backcourt, with the way that the Suns don't have a lot of size on the perimeter, even outside of Ryan Dunn, who isn't necessarily massive for his position. Dylan Brooks, who isn't massive for his position. And we say, well, they don't have that interior defense. Well, they have it now. And the best part is there are more moves to be made. Reports are surfacing they're trying to move up in the second round. I think they should target Rasheer Fleming or Adu Thiero. Those would be 2 absolute steals. I would absolutely prefer Fleming, though, from a wing perspective. I think he would be amazing on this team. Plus, you have free agency, trades. What's next with Bradley Beal? So much is on the table, but so much has been unlocked, and the Suns are in a much better position than they were just 24 hours ago. So drop a comment, leave a like here on YouTube. What do you think about the Suns getting Maluach and Williams? Adding that to their center rotation, was it a good move? Was it a bad move? Did they give up too much for Mark? Let me know in the comments below. If you're listening on audio, 5-star reviews go a long way in helping out the program. Plus, if you're on Spotify, you can also drop a comment on individual episodes as well. We'll be live for an entire second round live draft show, the entirety of it. And then, of course, we have every other piece of Phoenix Suns coverage. We'll have Summer League, we'll have free agency, we'll have trades, we'll have everything of the sorts right here on PHNX Sports with PHNX Suns. So don't go anywhere, because I'll be seeing you soon.
We all silly like the mayor.